there is something insane that happens once you take back control from social media. There's a constant fight for your attention every single time you open your phone, and everybody is trapped in this noise that's trying to pull and push them multiple ways emotionally. If you're struggling to enjoy your day-to-day life, it's because you're on social media too much. If you are struggling to stay focused on what you've got going on in your own life, it's because you're on social media too much. If you're a young man and you're not driving and raring to go every single day and you're not having the hunger, it's because you're on social media too much. Whether you like it or not, people are putting messaging out to try and fight for your attention. Now, what we're seeing now is the literal devil trying to get your attention. Look at the type of content that you're seeing on your social media feeds. I made a video on this yesterday and I'm just reiterating the point, and I'm going to share with you what to do, specific things that you can do if you want to clean up your social media feed, because there's a big change that happens if you use social media intentionally and unintentionally. Intentionally can massively benefit your life. I'm not like one of these econ kids that you see on the internet from London who went to private school and their dad's a millionaire, all this type of shit, right? I was literally retarded with a bad attitude, and I learned how to make a lot of money. I learned a real skill because I understood what the internet was there for, and I used it in a specific way to benefit my life and not ruin my life. I'm just in a little resort, like a luxury resort right now. I am not staying here. You would be surprised. Like, listen, if you get the skill of just walking into places, yeah, confidently. If you walk in confidently, nobody says anything. And even if people do say something, you just bullshit. just bullshit. I do shit like this all the time. I'm planning my week at the minute. I've got my planning. Yeah, it's a Sunday night, so I'm just getting ahead for the week. And I needed a nice little spot to do it. This is perfect. So listen up. There's a few things that you can do if you want to start curating your social media. Now, look, I'm not saying you've got to cut social media out fully. That's a tough task, and I've done that for a while. I've done that for a fair few months, but it is a tough task, right? And you have sort of got to keep somewhat informed. Now, first thing you want to do is try and absolutely limit your short-form content consumption. Short-form content, it's ruining your fucking focus, it's ruining your brain power, and that in itself is going to stop you doing from everything in your life, right? And it's so addictive. Like, listen, I would class myself as hyper-disciplined, yeah? And I'm really focused and serious about my goals, right? But if I go on TikTok and I click on that app, I cannot get off it. It's because they take the time off the top, and I cannot get off it. So, first thing that I would say, if you want to really clear your shit up, you need to go on a detox. You need to go on a straight ban. Deactivate all the apps. Go on Instagram. I'm not talking about delete it because you can re-download it, but deactivate it. Deactivate it so you have to actually get your account back live by logging in manually. And TikTok, I don't think any grown man should have TikTok on the phone. I mean, maybe it's just me and my personality, but for me, TikTok is a complete waste of time. The only thing that I would say is good about TikTok is for SEO. So if I'm in Thailand right now, right? If I'm trying to find a restaurant, searching best restaurants in and then seeing a video of that restaurant and the menu and the food and that's the best way to that is the best. It's better than Google in my opinion. You see an actual raw account. So I would say TikTok's good for that. Other than that, literally nothing. And if you look who owns it and what type of content's on there, you really start to understand, like, right, this is not benefiting me, right? When you sort of like catch yourself, which has happened to me before, and I'm not even off TikTok, but when you catch yourself knowing about these people that you don't really care about, you've never searched, and you start knowing things about their lives, it's entertainment because there's drama there. But why, every time you're watching drama instead of focusing on your own stuff. That's what's happening. So first thing that I would say that I do personally, I do not have TikTok on my phone. I do not use TikTok. I've re-downloaded it since I've been in Thailand, but I've not been on it. I've just been using it for travelling around. But now I've stopped travelling, I'm not using it again. Second thing that I would say, this is a massive bonus for anyone out there. Literally a cheat code. This is 19-day difference. It's £90 a year, but for me, how I think about things, if it saves me 5 hours per year and I paid £90 for it, it's worth it, right? Because I'm valuing my time at more than £90 for 5 hours. So let's say even 10 hours, whatever you want to value it at. If I get 5-10 hours worth of focus back, it's massive. If I get an extra hour per day focus back, that's a lot. That accumulates into a lot. So this, what I'm talking about here, is called Opal, and it is an app on the App Store, OPAL, and it's the best ad blocker for apps. It's the best app blocker that you can get. You basically can choose which apps that you want to block. I just block all my social media, and it will let you actually block the social media apps. You know, you can put like the time limit thing on it, but you can just click off it like you always do when you get that thing downloaded, or you delete the app and you re-download it, all that type of shit. This one actually blocks the apps, and you can set up time zones. So for me, what I noticed was I once got a bit addicted to my phone about a year ago, right? First thing in the morning, I'd be checking my phone. Now, whatever you do first thing in the morning, it's changing how your day is going. So I started blocking these apps first thing in the morning, which meant that when I reached my phone, and I still did it every morning, I couldn't get on anything. So it forced me to start my day. Big difference. Like how you start your day is anything. And if you feel in your mind, it's like if you're starting your day, right, and you're filling your mental real estate with bullshit, you're thinking about the world's problems before you're thinking about your own. Let me tell you something, right? No matter how much you look at the world's problems, you're not going to change it by watching it and looking at it. You're going to change your own situation by focusing on your own shit. So that's why the morning's so important. And nighttime as well. If you're finding yourself going on social media before you go to bed and you can't sleep and you're going on a doom scroll, it's going to be fucking up your next day. You're going to be having less sleep. Your diet's going to be off because you're tired. You're disorganised. Your days turn to shit. Your weeks turn to shit. Your months turn to shit. And then all of a sudden, you're a loser, right? So morning and nighttime for me is most important, and then I'll just block it through the day. So probably about 2 p.m. until 8 p.m, 9 p.m, I usually have it unblocked, and then on weekends at the minute. But if I start using it too much, I'll just change it. But Opal is the best app for blocking apps, right? £90 a year on the App Store. Highly recommend it. If it gets you a little bit of time back every single year, if it gets you an hour a week, it's worth it, right? You're getting 52 hours a week back. It's just that little bit of difference of not going on your phone in the morning. Listen, be honest with yourself. Check your screen time. If you're on stuff too much, that's going to be why. Now, next thing, I watch a lot of YouTube. You're watching me on YouTube right now. I learn off of YouTube, right? I literally learn how to make millions in sales, okay, in industry, e-commerce, all from YouTube. A lot of it from putting my own money down, but from YouTube, I learn. I put my own money down. I've read a lot of content, marketing books, all this type of thing, but a lot of it were from YouTube. The first time I ever started working for myself and I started learning about money, it was from YouTube. Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, these type of guys, when I first started out, they were massive. Absolutely massive for me. They were like my digital mentors, right? And then like one or two in real life, and these were massive for me. So I was using social media to learn. Now what's going to happen is, when you're trying to use social media to learn, say you want to learn e-commerce, you want to learn about fitness, it's going to start suggesting the news, right? Now the news are all fighting to give you serve you the most negative stuff ever, right? They're going to, it's a propaganda arm of the government serving you constant information for a purpose. Why is the news free? I'm not going to try to get too conspiracy here, but no young man should be watching the news. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, I don't actually watch the news, but when it pops up on YouTube and something annoys you a bit, you do watch it. So you have to silence and block the news stations. The news and the politics is the worst. And recently I found myself going into that a little bit. Fuck, gotta stay away from it, man. It makes you angry. And yeah, some of these stories you see, it's crazy. It's crazy, but you can't watch it. It doesn't benefit your life watching it, and you can't do, everyone thinks, oh, well, I need to watch it to do my part. Well, doing your part is focusing on yourself and getting self-sufficient. Doing your part is not watching the problems of the entire world, because you have no influence on it. So you have to curate the content that you're watching. Now, if you go on YouTube and you go on your homepage, you can focus who you subscribe to, and you can focus and choose what content is recommended. And there's 3 little dots underneath your YouTube video, and it says do not recommend channel. If you do that enough for stuff like news articles, stuff like Mr. Beast bullshit, stuff like people fight compilation, type of bullshit that people watch, if you create your feed, what's going to be left is the things that you're interested in. So like me now, I've created my feed, and what have I got? I've got e-commerce, I've got a couple of business podcasts that I watch, I've got a few fighting things, Muay Thai, and I've also got a few guys that I follow that do business content purposefully, because I'm trying to go onto YouTube to learn. Now, another way to level it up on YouTube, there's something called YouTube Unhooked. YouTube Unhooked takes all the recommendations away on the side of the video when you click on it and off your homepage. So all that's left is the search bar. Now, when the search bar's left, every time you click onto YouTube, you're not seeing all the recommendation that's pulling you in different ways. You can just go straight to the search bar. That means that you're using YouTube for a specific search. Because how many times have you been on YouTube, right, to search something, and then you see an interesting thumbnail of a guy that you love to watch, and then you click on it, and then all of a sudden you've done another video, you've done another video. Well, that happens. The way to get around this is to use YouTube Unhooked and curate your social media feed. Like, guys, the impact that social media has on your life, whether you use it for you or use it against you, is crazy. And this is like one of the highest leverage skills that you can learn. How to use social media properly. They should teach people this. They don't. But this is exactly why, you see guys like that, a FIFA final boss, going viral, right? People are watching that in amazement, right? Everyone's like, oh yeah, fucking a FIFA final boss. Listen, I watched that and I think to myself, you're a fucking consumer slave, right? Because you think to yourself, I just need to buy as many things and get my hair done and my teeth done. I need to buy as much as possible. You're in a beef for spending all your savings away. He even said he worked a job, and then it's just all the NPCs getting madly entertained from it. Well, listen, let me tell you something, right? If you're trying to make some moves in your life, fitness, business, whatever you want to do, if you're trying to build something serious, you're not going to do it if you're getting amazed by stuff like that. Because it's unimportant and it's nothingness, right? It's nothing. It's just nothing. Like, you watch it, you consume it, you think about it, you talk about it. The result of all that is nothing, right? You talk about a business, you learn about a business, you put action into a business, you talk about a business. What happens is you learn the skill and you make money and you can do something, right? People waste their time on bullshit. Where does that bullshit get fed to them? Social media. That's why everyone's just hooked on this entertainment stuff constantly, rather than using it to actually benefit their lives. Now, if you're watching my channel, you're going to benefit your life, buddy, okay? I put some entertainment stuff on here, but listen, I'm keeping it raw talk. I'm trying to provide as much value as possible, because I don't want to contribute to this pointless entertainment, Mr. Beast shit. Because I tell you what Mr. Beast is, yeah? Nobody likes to talk about this. Everyone thinks, oh yeah, the best YouTuber in the world. Listen, he is controlling children's attention span. He's conditioning children at mass scale to be unfocused and concentrating on entertainment style videos. Entertainment videos contributes absolutely nothing to society, right? It's complete nothingness. Now, I do post some vlogs. Yeah, everybody likes being entertained. I'm not saying never watch entertainment content. I do all the time, right? But when you're watching this hyper dopamine influx programming from people like Mr. Beast at such a young age, all the way through your life, it's programming your mind to be a certain way. Maybe I'm thinking too deep into it. Maybe I'm a conspiracy theory. But you know what it is? I'd rather think deep than not think at all. In fact, I probably would rather not think at all, right? I'd rather be one of these, like one of these social media retards that you see that just consume and they don't think about any real problems. They're completely ignorant and in ignorant bliss because they can't even think deep enough into anything. I probably would prefer to be like that. But anyone who's actually serious about doing, they get wrecked. Yeah, they get used and abused by the system, yeah? So if you want to get smart and think your way out of it, you've got to think about it like this, in my opinion. So yeah, they're some of the biggest things. Watch your phone time, morning and evening. Another thing that I actively do, look for activities that you can do that force your focus. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're doing Muay Thai, if you're doing paddle, if you're doing swimming, You can't be on your fucking phone, can you? Right? Or, you know, I've just been on a 4-day bike trip through the mountains and in the top end of Thailand. Amazing experience, by the way. Mae Hong Son Loop, something like that. I highly recommend everyone to try that. It forced me to not be on my phone because I was constantly on the bike. Right? Stuff like that is amazing because you're fully immersed in it. Like, your hands are immersed, your eyes are immersed, you've got to focus. If you're doing exercise, you're super focused. A class session, a cardio session are better for this because you're not just doing a bench press and then sitting on your phone for 10 minutes, right? It's a completely different experience. So if you do a combination of those three things, you'll see a massive difference in your focus. You'll see a massive difference in your mental state, and you'll just cut the noise and you'll be so focused on your own shit that you'll start picking up little nuanced ideas on how to improve your own situation, how to improve your own business, how to start planning your life better. You'll start thinking more clearly. And the reason why I can talk about this is because I've been that super, like when my shit were really fucked up, I was using social media as a crutch to just constantly distract my mind, right? Big mistake, because it stopped me being able to focus on myself, because I was constantly looking at the nonsense for entertainment, because I couldn't sit and think with my thoughts. Right, you have to be able to think, especially if you're in the shit. If you want to get out of a situation, you've got to be able to think. If you're stopping your ability to think by constantly distracting yourself, and the worst thing is people are distracting themselves and they don't even realise they're doing it. But listen, if you try those three things, and when I'm talking about curating your social media feed as well, if you're on Instagram, you can put not interested, right? I did that. I started seeing all this crazy content. I did that. All that was left were Muay Thai videos. And you know what it is? I binged them for about half an hour. Different fight videos and fitness videos. And you know what it made me think? It made me think, like, I am not playing hard enough. I need to get in the gym and level up. And imagine you using social media and that's how you think about it. Rather than just thinking, oh, this shit's on the news, my country's collapsing, Europe's on fire, there's this crime that happened, there's this entertainment guy that's having an argument, and then you walk away feeling stressed. So it's your choice. Do you want to walk away feeling stressed or motivated? See you on the next one.